What?
Yeah.
What? That's part of my whole strat. I burned my literally
Real quick,
all.
did you guys have fun though?
Oh, I had a lot of
good
fun.
time, even though I
I-
got built. I don't
Even though there's no like money reward for winning or anything like that.
Wait,
Yeah,
no,
this
you
was fun.
you told me that you give me 10 G if
I
I
don't
won.
want your
I will give
money.
you some G. I'll give you some G. Yeah.
You
I don't care
said
about my gold
10.
money.
Me fight Dylan. How does that sound?
I'll give you some G. Yeah. Ugh, I'm level 1, bro. Come on, I'll fuck you up.
Nah, I was kidding.
Look at him get in there. He's getting in there. He's ready.
I'll
Somebody-
fuck you up, brother.
If I beat
Somebody
you in a
fight
duel,
me.
you have to raid with me next week. Is that what happened?
Hell no. Get the fuck.
Who feared
You're
me?
one hit, bro. Like, absolutely. Matt. Wait, okay, what's going
Oh,
on here? We got
Two-Toe
Dante
Tony,
Inferno.
what are you doing? You ain't in on this. Get out of here. I'm fighting Max.
Dante Inferno.
Didn't use my racial at all the entire time we dueled.
What do you mean?
I never clicked the racial.
Well, it's not like you got a melee
I
off. It
saw
doesn't
you
matter.
getting sticky glued and you were just sitting.
I was just
Nah.
getting absolutely boned
The
with
funny,
the stupid
dude,
sticky,
it was
sticky
awesome
glue.
seeing. It was awesome seeing Dante get one hit though.
Yeah, that was insane.
I was.
They
I was
saved
hoping
me.
someone would
Stupid.
stack skulls.
Hey, who sheeped the dude I was facing?
I was hoping someone would stack.
I don't know what
Are
you're
you
talking
thinking,
about.
I'm
Yeah,
trying
I
to fight
appreciate
Max.
you being a good sport and doing this, even though it makes you sweat. You know, makes you
Wait,
stress.
me and Dante were facing each other.
Dang it, everybody's ganking me. I want to fight Max. Let me fight Max.
Good
Oh,
game.
yeah, I
man.
got- I got a heal.
I'll give Max his G's, and then I'll see if Svetska wants anything, but I don't really have.
Oh,
He doesn't play on Benny. I think he did it for
Doing
bragging
his
rights.
backstab every once in a while. That's it.
Svetska came to just throw it on the table, just be like, hello.
What a shock! The team with the two.
Don't
good
kill me.
players win.
Right, dude. Yeah.
You guys roped me in with the good players. I don't even know what to farm. I just was out there killing shit, me and Andy.
Dude, you.
And then we
you
didn't
got
even
second.
think about getting the skull until you said something.
yeah, I forgot about it too.
It was
I mean, nobody
legit
thought
part
about
of my whole plan. Was okay. It was best of one. If I just go up, backstab skull, I can one shot someone, and then
Yeah.
it's W. and then you say best of three, and then it's like, well, okay, I can't do that.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, I feel like because that's everyone's strat. Then, like, I don't know. Sorry, dude. It just makes it. And you can't best of two, so it has to be best of three. But
I can't believe you got a wand.
you can't best of two, so it has to be.
Oh yeah, that
Could-
was.
If we had
clutch.
like 5 more minutes, we probably could have got Dante a wand.
Yeah, Dante just had to get to org and make
We
it.
spent the last like 40 minutes trying to freaking
Yeah.
farm
It takes-
cloth.
I know. I only had 20 minutes. And I was. We stopped leveling at level 7, and we were just grinding all of like 6 and 7 just for linen, and like I barely dinged level 8. Because the XP of entering org dinged me level 8. I got my wand, and then I hearthed back to Razor Hill with like 2 minutes left to get
Well, you're one hit
my
away.
level 8 spells.
Oh, the throwing knife!
What'd you say, Svetska?
Luke won it.
That was crazy. that throw knife though.
Give me a second. Oh yeah, Svetska,
Alright.
do you want a picture with popsicles and I can post it somewhere? Give me a second. Oh yeah, Svetska, do you want a Svetska?
Dang.
Flex. I love it. Yeah, no, you
Damn.
can do
I'll take a
on the
picture.
win.
I'll take
I
the
think-
picture with popsicles. They won't know the difference.
I don't know the difference. Anyways, good shit, you guys. Good turnout. Do you guys have fun though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Cool. Okay. Any feedback you guys have would be dope for the future, because like eventually I'd like to actually make it into something more official, and then actually have a prize pool and everything.
I'd like to do another solo tournament, just with
Yeah.
more people.
Yeah, followed by dueling or just like leveling.
I like the dueling aspect.
We could do dueling's a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, but if the problem with dueling is
Makes it
in the legitimate like what's it called, in the actual tourney, don't they get more time than 2 hours?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean the few that have been done, it's been like there's only been 2 done, I believe, and it's like a 3-hour time limit, and then you duel. But like with more people, I don't know. trying to manage all you guys and making sure you guys have time on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to make sure you guys have all 3 hours,
I-
3 hours, and then like an hour of dueling. And
am never doing anything on the weekends.
I mean, that's you, but
Because
and
you're a
also for
single,
individual,
or
an
actually not
individual
single.
tournament, it's gonna be twice as long. Like we had four teams going through. If it was individual, it's gonna be easily twice as long because it's still gonna be best 2 out of 3. So
Once
But yeah.
Dante's wife gets there, he's never gonna play WoW.
Yes, that is true.
I was gonna say, you feel free to like shoot me ideas. Like I'm down to do whatever. We can do it.
I wanna do the
individual
race.
leveling one.
The race
we
Yeah, we
can
can just
also
do level.
we can also
The
do a
race
leveling
is-
one if people afterwards want to duel and like make a little tourney out of it. Like I'm down, but you don't
Yeah.
have to do it. I think we
Right,
should
yeah.
prioritize leveling.
I agree.
No, I'm talking about the race to Stranglethorn, like to Booty Bay.
But yeah, I was thinking that might be our next one, like a level
Yes.
1 race. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll try to do this like bi-weekly or something if you guys want.
Like a running race. Whoever gets there first.
Yeah.
I just missed the boat.
Like a level gnome race.
That would suck.
Yeah, it'd be like a gnome race and no spirit.
No,
rebels.
it's gotta be a night elf race.
Gnome
It's not gonna
race
be a-
to
no, it's not gonna be a
race
night elf
to
race.
Stranglethorn.
Night elf race.
And you
Level
die
one-
and go
level
spirit
1
mode.
undead to Ironforge. Actually, that'd be pretty dope. That's a pretty distance, and then you have to get inside Ironforge and touch the king.
Dude, that'd be so
Touch the
much
king.
fun.
Touch the
You know
king.
how many times you
Yes.
die just in the throne room alone?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It'd be
That'd
death
be
walking
insane.
mainly. At least
That'd be
at least-
awesome.
Yeah, we can throw ideas like what distance you guys would want to run for that race.
We could do like Booty Bay to like
Gnomes to Booty Bay.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Gnome to Booty Bay or Undead to Ironforge or something like that. I don't really like Night Elves.
Why
so I
not
vote that
both?
out.
Night
We
Elf,
do
the
one
Silver
next week.
The AQ.
I think
Night off the
Next week?
silver.
I think that should
That
be
would take a million.
that should be like the leveling and then the races. You should switch them like every other week. You know, 1 week we're gonna do
Well, that means I
a
have
race
to-
to Booty Bay, or 1 week we're gonna do a race to Ironforge.
every other week,
And
and
then-
then. So you
yeah.
want me to have a tournament every single week for you guys? Is what you're saying?
No, I'm saying switch off the leveling and dueling.
Oh,
So
okay.
dueling once,
Well,
and
we
then
have
the
to-
race once, and then the leveling
We have
once.
to level to do that.
Yeah, I'd be down. I was about to say next. I think next one will be like a race, and we can either do it next weekend or wait 2 weeks if you guys want. It's up to you guys.
I'm down for next week.
we will talk about it in Discord because everyone has their own shit going on, and just
Mhm.
I'll make a poll and you guys can react to it.
What the
Okay.
heck, guys?
Sure.
You
Next
guys
one's
have
gonna be a race,
lives?
and then we'll vote on what type of race it's gonna be. I mean, people have wives, people have lives, people have stuff to do.
Lives and lives.
I can commit to bi-weekly for sure. And next Saturday I do have time, but I just don't know if we'll have the same turnout as we did today.
And for Dylan,
What's up?
it's wives, lives, and 5 guys.
Live,
Oh.
yep, and Hobbit feet. Anyways, but I'm probably gonna stream my Naked Warrior for now for a few hours, and then yeah, thanks for coming out, you guys.
You still got sticky glue.
Are you, wait, are
Popsicles
you
and
Jake?
stuff's good stuff. It's
You Jake?
Yeah, they were.
Wait, how'd you do that?
How'd I do that? We can't fight outside the tourney, so
Oh, damn.
it's only like a couple, like a good 30 seconds you can be outside the tourney.
You,
But yeah,
you get
if
10
you guys see,
sticky
I was gonna say if you guys see stream ideas, if you guys have any ideas for like tournaments and whatnot, feel free to just drop them there, and we'll start setting it up. I think in the next maybe I don't know. I'm gonna start like creating some designs and overlays so I can switch between people and all that stuff and actually make it pretty. And then I'll start opening up to the hardcore community so it's like more official. And then we can just keep it more close knit and.
Nah, make
friend-based.
this shit official.
I mean, yeah, but I have to.
We're trying
I have
to get
start a
you- the
prize pool
whole-
or something.
The whole reason we started this was to get you more like content and views.
Well, that was at first, and then it was just fun having the homies do stuff.
Oh, no!
But like even Jamin, like he fronted $1,000 tourney, and like in the end, the dueling bracket was only like 18 people. we just had 8, and there was no prize pool. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
We did already have half his tourney size.
That's very true.
We did. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, I guess so. But either way, we'll come up with some stuff. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yo, I gotta thank Svetska for coming out since
Yo.
Yeah.
making it happen.
Yeah.
It was cool meeting you. Yeah, you clapped everybody's cheeks. So
I accidentally exit out of my dig and
But
Discord.
either way, he allowed the 4 teams to happen, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah.
And then Rick and Max, thanks for stopping by. I know you guys don't usually play it, so that's pretty nice of you guys. And
It was dope.
Yeah, it's fun.
yeah. So I mean, I'll try to set up that poll. I'll set it up tomorrow or something. I'll try to set up that poll. I'll set it up tomorrow or something, and the announcements for the race, and we'll vote on either next Saturday or Sunday or the following week, and then we can vote on what type of race. Cool. It won't be as long as this, like, cause it's just the race. It should only be like an hour to 2 or something.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably hop off for a little bit. I'll back on later.
Alrighty, sounds good.
I am gonna hop on some Tift if anyone wants to join me.
I'm gonna take a swift break. I'm gonna stop streaming. Again, thanks everyone for watching. I feel like everyone watching now is already in discs. If not, they just hopped off. But oh, Bible Man, Jesse's in disc. Woo! Or not disc, he's in Twitch. And then I'm gonna be streaming my naked warrior for a bit. What's up? I'm gonna be playing this guy once it shows. This chick. Anyways, I'm gonna shut off the stream. I'm gonna be streaming a bit, but I'm gonna take a second.
Romance, dance, dates, fancy gifts, and chastity belts. Numerous, murderous femme fatales, jealous dudes, extortion, and mind control. Game of Thrones may be back on the air, but there's another world right here filled with even more violence, treachery, and plot twists. The sex lives of insects and spiders. It's kind of a free-for-all. Perhaps no other insect is more associated with their bad mating behavior than the female praying mantis, who is known for her tendency to decapitate and then devour male suitors. And okay, yeah, the rumors, they're based in truth. Kind of. A lot of mantis ladies, they do this. But mantis sexual cannibalism is actually less common than you might think. It happens in about 25% of matings in the wild, and it isn't typically required for successful fertilization. That said, eating your mate comes with a couple of nice perks. For one, it's a free meal. Female mantises are bigger than their partners, and if they're really hungry, a preoccupied male is an easy target. Generally, a starving or malnourished female is much more likely to chow down on her date than a well-fed one. Beheading their partner mid-copulation may also offer females an advantage that's a little more macabre. You would think that severing a brain mid-hump would end the mating, but it turns out that disconnecting the male's brain from his body actually sparks more spasms and more sperm. And though I'm sure that any male would prefer to keep his life and wander off to mate another day, those who do wind up as dinner may keep females better fed, increasing their chances of passing along their genes. Scientists still aren't sure whether some male mantises deliberately offer themselves up as a snack, but even if they do, they are not the only insects who engage in sexual suicide. In the caste system of a honeybee hive, every bee knows its role, and the male drones aren't much more than sperm donors. They don't gather pollen or help maintain larvae or the hive's architecture. They don't fight off intruders. Really, their only job is to find queens from other hives, mate with them in mid-flight, and then go out in a blaze of glory. See, when a successful drone uncouples from that queen, his penis and some of his abdominal tissues are ripped out of his body, and he dies. His passion literally rips his guts out. Take that, middle school poets. Miss Queen Bee, on the other hand, can potentially mate with dozens of drones over several mating flights, tucking their sperm away for future use over the next few years of egg laying within the safety of her hive. But don't think unsuccessful drones have it any better, because come autumn, those freeloaders get kicked out of the hive by their sisters and are left to freeze to death. Then there are some more, can we call them romantic bugs? The ones who sing and dance and put on shows or woo their loves with special gifts. When it comes to impressive visual displays, it's hard to compete with a firefly's flashy light show. These flying beetles have special light organs in their abdomens that contain a compound called luciferin, which reacts with incoming oxygen to create that classic firefly glow. The animals regulate this inflow of oxygen to create blinking patterns, and each species uses its own individual flash code to attract mates, almost like a visual Morse code. A hopeful male flies around in the dark blinking his little heart out, and if his light show is good enough to catch a choosy female's eye, she'll start signaling back at him. A flashy display is important, but a hopeful male also has to bring gifts if he hopes to retain his lady friend's interest. Researchers from Tufts University recently found that female photonous fireflies ultimately selected their mates based on the size of their so-called nuptial gifts, not their flight display. And by gift, I mean packet of sperm. During copulation, a male passes along a pile of sperm wrapped up in a nutritious coil-shaped protein packet called a spermatophore that increases female fertility by providing her developing oocytes with extra energy. The larger the gift, the more likely she will accept her suitor and make him a father. Researchers haven't yet figured out how the female can tell which males can offer them a bigger packet, but to a female firefly, size does appear to matter. Other animals woo with simpler gifts, and nothing wins the fair heart of a lady dung beetle like a nice round ball of poo. Poop is everything to a dung beetle. They collect it, eat it, even raise their children in it. There is a reason why we call them dung beetles. After bumping into each other at, say, a fresh elephant or cow patty, some dung beetles actually form a pair bond, rolling their giant dung ball off into the sunset together. Once they find a nice soft piece of land, they will bury their precious poo ball and start mating, sometimes in tunnels through the dung itself. The female lays her eggs in smaller brood balls, which will be a nice snack for her grubs once they hatch. In many species, one or both parents stick around and continue to care for their offspring as they mature, a rare behavior in the insect world. Real salt of the earth, those dung beetles. But not everybody is so impressed with poop. Some ladies prefer more conventional displays like sweet dance moves. At just a few millimeters long, furry Australian peacock spiders are tiny, but they have still got style. I'm talking the wardrobe of Elton John and the dance skills of Channing Tatum. To attract female attention, a male starts out by vibrating his abdomen and waving one pair of legs around like he's directing traffic. Once he's got an audience, he pulls out the big guns, extending his colorful iridescent abdominal flaps and excitedly flipping them up behind his head like a peacock's tail. Then he shimmies around, giddily shaking his legs in the air, bouncing from side to side, drumming the ground and shaking what his mama gave him. It's all very adorable. If the object of his affection is suitably impressed, she will allow him to mate with her. If she isn't, he'd better pack up and get out of there quick, or he'll end up as her dinner. For some insect species, like the mayfly, there is no life at all after mating. After spending a couple of years in fresh water in their aquatic nymph stage, mayflies finally complete their life cycle when they hatch into delicate winged adults. Often entire local populations hatch at the same time in a winged frenzy of sometimes millions of insects. One Mississippi River population hatches in hordes of around 18 trillion animals. This synchronicity lowers the chance of any one individual mayfly getting eaten, while the general orgy environment increases their chances of getting laid, which is literally their sole mission in adult life. Seriously, they can't even eat. They don't have functional mouth parts or a working digestive system. So once they hatch, the party doesn't last long. Most species don't live as adults for more than 24 hours, and one species only lasts 5 minutes, a world record in the insect world. No wonder the mayfly is classified under the order Ephemeroptera, from the word ephemeral, or fleeting. Mayflies mate in midair above the water, and the female then lays her eggs on the water's surface before collapsing. The dying females provide a smorgasbord for local fish, the males go off to die on land, and their fertilized eggs sink to the bottom of the water, where they will eventually hatch into nymphs destined to spend only a single glorious day in the air. While short-lived insects like mayflies need to mate fast, other species like to take their sweet time. Meet the long and colorful soapberry bug. In certain climates, female soapberry bugs face higher mortality rates than males, which leads to a skewed sex ratio and a whole lot of dudes competing for relatively few females. Not only that, but like many insect species, females often mate with a number of males, and it's usually the sperm of the last male in the lineup that actually fertilizes her eggs. Meaning that male soapberry bugs have to fight to find females, and then fight again to be the last guy on her dance card. One way they do this is by prolonging copulation, even after insemination is long over. over. Males can hang on for hours, days, even more than a week, withdrawing only long enough for the female to lay her eggs. This type of mating guarding can get so intense that some males will keep clutching their mates even after the females have died. Luckily, matings tend to be a lot quicker when populations are more balanced, since competition isn't as high. On the other hand, if you are a male Drosophila melanogaster fruit fly, it may pay to be the first in line, not the last. Why? Well, because their seminal fluid contains special mind-controlling proteins that affect the female's behavior. Some of these proteins spark egg production, while others seem to have an almost hypnotic effect, making her less interested in sex with other males. Presumably, both of those things give her mate a reproductive edge over his competitors. One study out of the University of Washington suggests that the more seminal fluid a female takes in, the greater the influence her mate has on her reproductive behavior. That seems maybe a little messed up, but when it comes to skeezy mating tactics, one bug really takes the lowdown prize. Perhaps you have seen a long-legged water strider gliding over the surface of a pond with all the grace of an Olympic skater. Do not be fooled. When it comes to mating, the tactics these guys use are harsh. When a male is in the mood to mate, he just jumps on the nearest female without tapping. Stay classy, water striders. Thank you for watching this episode.
Time is money, friend. Hurry back. I got what you need! Hurry back!